What is up, Film Geeks? My name is Trevor and welcome to my channel. We are in the spookiest month of the entire year, so it only felt right to share with you my top 10 favorite slasher movies of all time. Join me down below in the comment section. What is your favorite slasher movie ever in existence? Let me know that down below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. And before we get into the top 10, if one of your favorite slasher movies isn't on this list, it's for two reasons. One, I don't like it. Two, I haven't seen him. With that said, let's get started. So coming in right at number 10 is going to be Happy Death Day, a Groundhog Day slasher horror movie. What's not to love here? The first time I watched this movie, I actually wasn't the biggest fan. It was on my second watch around that I ended up really enjoying this movie. And this is when I really started getting into the slasher vibe. I think it has a great killer, some great twists and turns in there. And again, I like Groundhog Day movies. And Groundhog Day movies have been done over and over again. I honestly like them a lot. If they want to make more of them, I'm down. I thought this was a great creative twist on the slasher vibe. I really enjoyed it. At number 9 is going to be Ready or Not. Another movie the first time I watched it, I wasn't overly fond of, but on rewatch, I liked it that much more. This movie just goes brutal, batshit crazy from the jump. A game of hide and seek turns to a full-on bloodbath. A crazy family playing hide and seek, trying to kill each other. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Whoever thought of this, however they thought of it, I thank you, because it's absolutely fantastic. At number 8 is going to be a Vince Vaughn slasher movie. Never thought I'd say those words out loud. Freaky. Look, I'm newer to the slasher genre, and I like newer slasher movies, so that's a lot of this list is going to consist of. But Freaky is one of the more underrated slasher movies, I would say, of my lifetime. A high school girl, Freaky Fridays with a serial killer slasher dude. The opening kill in this movie, it just sets the tone for the entire film. The kills are absolutely creative, which is what we're always kind of looking for in these slasher movies. And Vince Vaughn plays this high school girl really well, and this high school girl plays the slasher killer, again, very well. It's a funny movie. I love slasher movies that incorporate lots of humor. This movie has lots of humor, some gory, brutal kills, especially in the opening of this movie. I mean, sets the tone right from the jump, exactly what you're getting into. At number 7 is going to be 2021's Candyman. I have not seen the original Candyman, but the new Candyman I was a big fan of. Did end a little abruptly, but going in not knowing anything about the Candyman universe, I think was the best way to do this, and I absolutely fell in love with this movie. Has the humor, which I always look for in slasher movies, has some crazy kills, but this one is creepy as all hell, and that's what I really like in slasher movies, when they can incorporate the creepiness. Not just a fun, silly, crazy, gory side, but the creepiness, the scares, and this one has lots of those good scares, good jump scares in there. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is the main protagonist and almost antagonist throughout this entire film. He absolutely crushes it, and Nia DaCosta, she nailed it with this one. She really did. At number 6, 2020's The Invisible Man. This is also a remake, and I have not seen the original Invisible Man, but this movie, directed by Lee Winnell, one of my favorite horror directors, just nails it. I mean, just the subtlety of the scares, whether the entire movie's quiet and they kick a dog bowl, make you jump out of your seat, scared shitless. But the kills and overall just brutality of this movie is what I really love about it, especially the dinner scene. I mean, that is one of the most creative things we have ever seen, and the kills are so gory, so insane, and this entire movie is insane. Lee Winnell's The Invisible Man. It's just perfect. I freaking love this movie. Breaking us into the top 5, Fear Street Part 1, 1994. Has this great Netflix spooky vibe about it that I really like, but some of the most creative kills I've seen in a slasher movie possibly ever. Especially the one that's like a meat grinder. That was just brutal. But Netflix absolutely nailed it with this trilogy of Fear Street movies, releasing them 1 week apart from each other. One of the greatest times to be alive. And the Fear Street movies did something so well where they coincided within each other so well. They told this whole story about this greater thing and brought in a supernatural element that works to its advantage. Great protagonist characters you can really get behind, have lots of humor in there, lots of Stranger Things vibes, which is always a plus for me, and some crazy gory kills, and just goes so perfectly into Fear Street Part 2 and into Fear Street Part 3. I love the Fear Street movies, some of my favorite horror movies of all time. At number 4, Malignant. In my opinion, James Wan is the master of horror. He's my favorite horror director of all time. And Malignant, which came out in 2021, is one of the most batshit crazy movies I've ever seen. James Wan, from The Conjuring to Insidious, those like paranormal horror movies, comes over here to this slasher movie. It is insane. Crazy twists and turns, crazy kills, and Gabriel he's a menacing slasher. Let's call it how it is. At number 3, probably a hot take, Scream 4. Scream 4 is one of my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. I thought this one had one of the best twists, and I just love the Scream universe. I really, really do. And this Scream slasher Did not see the twist coming. I really didn't. But I just like how much fun the Scream franchise can have, and they do have, especially with Scream 4. I think it's underrated. Kirby, one of my favorite Scream characters. She's supposed to be coming back in Scream 6, and I'm here for it. I really am. At number 2 is going to be Fear Street Part 2, 1978. This is a full-on, like, sleepaway camp vibe, and I love it. Sadie Sink is our main focal point here, and she just crushes it, and it goes so well off of the first Fear Street. Literally released 1 week later. Again, I love that Netflix did this. I hope they do this again in the future. But Sadie Sink at this sleepaway camp, and this killer's coming after him, and the kills in this movie, I mean, they're left and right nonstop, keeps you on the edge of your seat, has so many twists and turns, and just dissects this universe so well. And that's whenever I think of this franchise, makes it my favorite of the bunch. Fear Street Part 2, it's a perfect slasher movie for me. But at number 1, I'm a diehard Scream fan. It's the first Scream, my favorite horror movie of all time, and my favorite slasher movie of all time. From the opening scene to the twist to who the killer and killers really are, this movie just nails it from head to toe. To making fun of horror movies and slasher movies to ultimately falling into one of those silly movies itself, make this movie for what it really is. It is a classic. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is my favorite horror movie of all time. It is my favorite slasher movie of all time. And Randy Meeks is my favorite Scream character of all time. I absolutely love this movie. Let me know your favorite slasher movies down below in the comments section. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I'll see you guys in the next one.